happy Halloween. It is October 31st, midnight. We are playing Silent Hill 2 a remake all day long, every hour, on the hour, for the next 24 hours. I will be releasing a video. Uh, I am hoping this is recording correctly. This is my third attempt at recording a freaking first part one. The first time, controller was not my controller was physically muted, and I played the whole game talking, not muting. The second time, which I just did an hour ago, the PS5 was recording. I stopped the recording, and it said couldn't record, and it just did not record. So then I played around with it for a little bit, and I think I got it recording correctly for some reason. I have no idea what happened, so let's try this again. Silent Hill 2. Warning, this game contains content and themes of domestic violence, emotional abuse, sexual assault, suicide, mental illness, child abuse, and other mature themes. If you find yourself experiencing a negative reaction to these themes, or if you need mental health resources, please visit the link below. They also give you a QR code you can scan if you need to. You can scan that. I think this is a really great resource that they're providing for anyone who needs help, especially if the game gets to you or if there's something that comes up and you may not have known about. There's a resource here that can help. Alright, let's get into this. Let's go to settings. I've deleted my, once again, I deleted my save progress. I didn't get far. Reticle, I think all this is set up the way I want it set up. We're not going to, well, so we'll show, I did dynamic reticle, which is that. I did thin lines, opacity, I left it 90. I'll do it 1 because I have it so thin. Magenta is the color I wanted to go with. There's a bunch of different cool colors you can do. That one's not bad either, actually. But I like the magenta. Ammo display. Dynamic, it's on when you aim. Off when you're not. No health vignette, splatter vignette. All this stuff was not here the first time I did this. This is crazy. Interaction icons. I want to interact. Button, small. Button, small. QuickTime events, small. Quality, we left the same. Graphics mode is default. Colorblind mode is normal. Audio, master volume, we had this down. Voiceover volume is loud. I think that's what we want to do. Decrease loudness dynamics. We're not going to do that. Radio indicator we're not going to play with. I'm playing with a headset. Controller, customized controls, not going to worry about that. Don't want to sprint toggle. Aim assist is off. Vibration function is high. Hold for QuickTime events. I hate slamming a button. Hold is fine. Text and languages. We have all this stuff set. Tutorial visibility is on. Default, but it's tiny. Default, small. Loading screen hints are on. And accessibility. So that should save everything. Let's play our new game. This is version 1.1.236, 114. That hasn't changed in the last video, so I don't know what's going on. But I haven't played. I don't know how many times I can say this. I haven't played the OG, and I didn't watch any play the OG in a long time. I wanted to go in this with a kind of a fresher view of everything going on. I need to set the gamma. Graphics. Gamma calibration. It's too high. I needed this to be a little bit lower. There we go. Well, we'll do it for that. Okay. Okay. Now it's saved. So we're going to start again. Please bear with me. I'm going to try to remember everything that I've talked about. Thank you for joining me. If you haven't watched anybody else and I'm your first playthrough of Silent Hill 2 Remake, even though I'm late to recording and releasing, and it'll be much later when it does actually release, I appreciate it Probably not, but uh, I will record 24 hours of this. If it's more longer than 24 hours for Halloween, I will continue to upload on Saturdays. Maybe I'll continue to upload actually into All Saints Day on November 1st. I will have a normal release on November 1st as well, but we'll release it all in a span of 2 days, maybe 3, to get this done. So let's get started. The visuals and graphics on this are amazing, and I love seeing this. So let's go. We're going to keep standard, custom default, because the default setting best represents the vision behind Silent Hill 2. See the settings below for more fine-grained control over the gameplay. You can find more options, including accessibility, in the settings menu. So we're going to just keep that, except for the interface, we're keeping custom. Remember, you can always adjust the level of combat challenge to match your needs in the setting. Oh, I didn't have this on before. The beard detail is amazing. I love the little individual hairs. Look so real. The ring, the missing ring with a tan line.
Could you really be in this town?
In my restless dreams, I see that town. Silent Hill. You promised you'd take me there again someday. But you never did. Well, I'm alone there now. In our special place. Waiting for you.
I got a letter. The name on the envelope said Mary. My wife's name. It's ridiculous. Couldn't possibly be true. That's what I keep telling myself. Mary died of that damn disease 3 years ago. So then why am I looking for her? Our special place. What could she mean? This whole town was our special place. Could Mary really be here? Is she really alive? Waiting for me?
Oh, let's talk about the detail again. I really like the detail of the cement, the moss, the white, the brown, the railings, the rust. It all looks really good. The detail on the rocks. This reminds me of Western North Carolina a little bit. Also places in Maine. These are all different things that are really awesome. You can hear the ambiance of the wind. It's probably the least scariest part of the game. But they set a great atmosphere. Look at the water dripping and the shadows playing from the light of the sun. Something I'll show you guys, the water doesn't actually interact with James. It looks like it might touch his head, but like his clothes don't get wet. So there's no like effect for that, which I thought was interesting. There's so much other attention to detail. Women's restroom. It's locked, you can't get in there. Trash cans that have been here. Now the trash cans look really new, which I think is interesting when everything else looks kind of run down and used. Oh, that's a can, look at that. I've not seen the can before, I've seen the paper roll out of here. The fence and the wind noise. The breeze is really, really neat. Trash bags. Cigarettes. The detail is really neat here. The light poles and transformers. I think the power lines move in the wind. Yeah, look at that. That's cool. I didn't see that before. Can't actually go through there, although I think that's a door. Yeah, that's a door. I like that the branches stick out of the fence there. It's neat. The water's cool. You can also see his... I thought there was no shadow the first time I played, but there is a... He has a light... Yeah, there's just a light shadow, which is really good detail. You should be able to see more of him in my opinion, but there is... You can see there's a light shadow there of him moving around. There is a trophy you can get. Look, you can't U-turn here, no U-turns. That if you try to... Oh, I know, James, I know. Let's see, run. No, no. No, he definitely does not want to leave. No. But you get a trophy for that. I got it the first time on the first playthrough. Hopefully this continues to record and it doesn't mess up. Okay. Just look around some more. You can probably see a shadow a little bit more here. Yeah, there it is. It's just a couple lines. You can see it's very light. The railing. The leaf blowing. The ambiance. They really do set the mood here. It's interesting. I wonder what the different coloration is there. I don't know. This is just gorgeously done. I think a lot of attention to detail went into this. This is supposed to be a bike route. It's a big bike path. The sound effects are really good. There's a creepy white candy van sitting over there. How many times have I said these things? A couple times already. Not the candy van. That actually just came to me. go recording for the third time. Branches are neat. So there's a couple things that I did encounter in this when I played, so I'll point them out again. Paleville National Park 10 miles, Paleville 10 miles, Old Silent Hill 50 miles, and then Brahms is 265 miles. Cable going into there. Listen to the... We're going to sit and listen inside here. He kind of shirks it off. Did you hear that? There was like movement and then what sounded like some sort of vocalization. Road closed. Yeah, it definitely sounds like there's something back there. I didn't get that my first playthrough. I got my second playthrough, not first playthrough, my first part playthrough, and then my second part playthrough I got it. Welcome, with the L and the E dropped to the ground. It's interesting that they completely barred this road. So they blocked this off because in the original Silent Hill game, I believe there is a coal fire under into the town that's continuing to burn, which is one of the reasons for the fog. And no one can live there, so they blocked the whole town off. That's why it's blocked off the way it is. The creaking. Look at this, 20% off all. It's supposed to be diamonds. It says Dimods. Dimods. Hear the creaking. The van you can't do anything with. EPHE 432. There's a cup in there. For some reason the windshield wiper is up. Can I put that down, please? Pete's Bowl-O-Rama. I believe that's where we find Eddie at some point. There's just a bunch of garbage and there's a cup, and I think from one side there is... Oh, it's a burger thing. I didn't know what that was. Happy Burger. That's where you get your burgers, is Happy Burger. You can't open this at all. You can't even interact. It'd be cool if you could try to interact with these things. Well, this is neat. With replacement cement, they did some work and patched it. Apparently this is the handicap parking. Okay, so this is the handicap parking with no handicap exit. So usually you have some striped lines, so the handicap parking spot like this has some space for unloading and loading. People with wheelchairs or larks or anything like that. So that's interesting. The bench is neat. Light poles. It's broken. I didn't realize that was broken before. Oh. It's neat. I wish you could look through these. You can't like interact with them and look through them. Definitely see down there all this neat stuff. The detail is crazy in my opinion. Is that vent turbine moving? I'm curious. I don't see it moving. No. Fire hydrants. Yellow. I talked about this last one. Fire hydrant color is, I believe, what I read, the fire hydrant color is representative of the amount of pressure or what it can actually handle in the area. So you have like silver, yellow, red, a bunch of different colors. You should look it up and see. It's pretty cool. The detail is really good here. The building looks really good. Can of sardines. Men's restroom. What does that say? Oh, Heaven's Night. Heaven's Night is the bar in Silent Hill, I believe. So I had the gamma really low last night, so I couldn't even see these once the door closes. But the gamma is a little bit better now, so I can see a lot more. All dingy. This is neat. The they did a good job on the reflection in the mirror. There's this kind of drawing. Looks like hills, maybe? Mountains? The hands fashioned and mar. Thou now hail, hall. The hands fashioned and M-A. Yeah, I think that's what it is. There's some more writing. There's trash. I am decay. Armin that. Armin that. I don't know what that means. Alright, and here there's a bunch of writing. Someone took their time to do some writing on the wall here. And then there's a guy here, it looks like. It says $8.99 on his, or maybe it's 8 and 2 infinity sign and 2 balloons. I don't know. But then there's some weird, it looks like almost, I don't know what kind of symbols those are. I would say kanji, but I don't think it is. And that's because of the symbol to the left on the left side under his arm, his right arm, our left side. That looks like some sort of other kind of writing or symbolism. That's broken. Toilet's busted. Can't go to the bathroom there. Look, they do have toilet paper though. Toilet paper's busted, but they do have toilet paper, which is good. Don't know how good it is. Look at those urinals. Yum. Oh, there's some drawings on the tile down there. Yeah, good detail in this area. It's really dark. The detail on the door is good. Look at this. And I love that the light pours in when you open it. This is cool. You can hear these blowing in the wind, which is nice. You have Toluca Times, Coast something, Coast Roast. Looks like there's a person bottom right. Looks like there's a town of Silent Hill and fog. You also have Office Space for Rent, Silent Hill News below, the main news, something car or pets, special car for your pets. I don't know. There's a number on there. Just there's my car. It's very run down. There's 0 THZ. Something I noticed with the leaves. So it looks like the leaves are leaving a trail in the water. Some of them. It could just be my imagination. But what's really weird is if I come over here, for some reason, if you watch the leaves, they leave like a trail of shadow behind them. Yeah, like right there. There. Did you see it? That's a weird It's weird that happening. If you look at his head, watch. So he's coming around the car. See, immediately turns. There's something in his car. So, oh, it's the map. So the map's really cool. I like the sound of it. It's like a hard map. L2 lets you go in. So both times I've recorded, I made it barely to the graveyard, to the ranch, and then to this area right past Nathan Avenue. It does block off your exit when you look. You can't see. You can't go either way. We're at the observation deck. Open map. So your door stays open, but you can't close your door. I don't know what the feature of that was, but I like that added detail. It's like, okay, well, I mean, you're leaving your windows up, which is, I'm not even going to talk about that. But I like the fact that you can close the door. Apparently, James is not a well-to-do man, money-wise, as his car needs a lot of work. I could just sit. I could really just sit and listen to this. So peaceful and creepy. So if we go in here, you have your map section. Map of South Vale, a map of Silent Hill, depicts the outskirts of South Vale District. We got personal. We have the letter from Mary, which you can read. I'm not going to read it, but she read in the beginning. And then you can investigate it, which is really neat. So you can zoom in, go up and down. I think, no. You can flip it, so if there's something on the back. You can also zoom in, flip it again. The thing I don't like is it doesn't go back into your inventory. It immediately kicks you out. So then you have to go back in. Let's investigate photo of Mary. A photo from when she was still healthy. Which means she died. You know, you got the beginning. She died and is sick. But she says she's still alive here in town. There's nothing on it. The detail of his fingers is really good too. Alright. It says Toluca Lake down there. I did not realize, like I said, I didn't realize that was busted. Right, that's pretty detailed here of going through this again. So hopefully my recording works this time. I will say I really loved James's voice acting. Mary's was good. James's is really good too. I liked the gruffness to it. I think the inflections he's giving is really good. Toluca Lake. This is really neat, this walkway. I love this. You can already hear some flies. You got a picnic table here with some crushed cans, cigarette butts, looks like bottle caps, some bottles, definitely some heavy drinking. Something I found interesting. I love this detail. The mud. So the mud and the footprints is really good. You know, I mean, so good that you can see the tread on his shoe. You can also step over. See, you can step over them and cause different ones. I can spin in circles, and it creates a bunch of them. So like someone who was just standing in the area, that's really neat. I feel like it picked up better last night for quality. Like everyone last night was actually picking up. Yeah, there you go. You can see it. That's neat. More trash cups. So you can start seeing the fog of the area. Don't really have it here, but you can start seeing that fog rolling in. So what's really cool about having the caption of sounds on is that'll pick up noises you may not hear. So you can hear things that were put in place for to listen to. Music should start kicking in. There's more cement back there. Do you see that? This is creepy. I'm gonna put superhuman hearing on so I can hear stuff. You can hear flapping and movement. You can hear creaking. It's the last vestiges of safety up there. We are in it now. Heard some movement there just now. It was like a squelching kind of movement. I didn't hear that the first time I played, and I didn't hear it the second time I played, really, until that. So that's what I'm talking about having the descriptive on of the sounds. So if you miss something, it does notify you that there's something there. That spooked me enough that I jumped a little bit recording this. You can hear all the creaks and groans. Is amazing. There's still flies following. I think it'd be really cool if you saw something in the trees or shadow movements. I haven't seen anything. So when you walk through here, you can actually... I don't know if anything actually sounds more if you stay in one place for too long. Oh, I can hear a bird flap. So you do hear birds flying through the trees. A lot of creaking. This spooked me a little bit last night. You'll see movement. Up there. Okay, that spooked me like something was moving. And scrambling around, which is kind of creepy. The first time I played, I was walking through and I saw it and looked up immediately. Oh, James, what are you looking at? So off to the left here, you're gonna hear something that scared the bejesus out of me the first time I played last night. Some sort of growling, slurp, and with the vibration, it was more left in the vibration, so I feel like it came from that direction. So almost like it was behind me. So maybe an invisible creature scrambled down and went across the path. This is all really creepy. Wow. More leaves falling. the creature behind, like that creature out there is the alluding to it is really creepy. Um, and you can't see anything, which is crazy. Like it'd be cool if you looked back and saw something shift up there, just a shadow. The woods are done so well. So is the path. It's done really well. There's a pagoda up there. There's also tire tracks in the mud, which I think is really interesting. There's tire tracks here that lead to where we're going. But it's pretty much a dead end, which is kind of crazy. And I don't even know how the tire tracks would get down here. Because, remember, it stops at the end of that. This pagoda's crazy. It has a red light. Heard birds flapping again. What is this? Interact with it. So this is a save point. So this is pretty cool. I thought it was really cool, like, if you could see behind him, if there was actually movement. Or maybe something looked down from the pagoda, something creepy. But not really. But it's us looking at him. Memories that we're going to save. Road to Silent Hill. Game was saved. Now when we come out of this.
It's like someone's groping around my skull.
So I like the addition of that. It's like, oh, his memories are being altered and moved. And so his brain's being messed with, or his memories are being recorded because someone's actually in there. So that's a cool addition mentally, spiritually, you know, supernaturally, whatever it is, which is really cool. I want to check what time it is. Okay. Alright. So we're going to come this way. So all those things I just showed you were really cool. Experiencing for the first time. Some were a few, like, not real jump scares, but enough to make me, like, you know, figure out what was going on like that. Maybe twitch in my seat a little bit. Really cool additions to make it just the atmosphere between the music now and everything going on is just creepy and wonderful. The wall for the cemetery. And once again, there's tire tracks that go from this all the way back out, which is kind of crazy too. There's a mausoleum. Can I see her from here? Yeah, see, so there's someone you can see. I don't remember her name because it's been forever since I played. But the voice acting on this is going to be amazing. So when you come in here, it automatically takes you into a cutscene.
Excuse me.
I'm sorry. I was just...
Hey, it's okay. I didn't mean to scare you. I'm kind of lost.
Lost?
Yeah, I'm looking for Silent Hill. Is this the right way?
Yeah. It's hard to see with this fog, but there's only the one road. You can't miss it.
Thanks.
But... I think you should stay away. This town, there's something wrong with it. And it's not just the fog, either.
Is it dangerous?
Maybe. It's kind of hard to explain, but...
I'll be careful.
I'm not lying.
No, I believe you. It's just... Guess I don't really care if it's dangerous or not. I'm going either way.
But why?
I'm looking for someone. Someone very important to me.
Me too. I'm looking for my mama. I mean, my mother. It's been so long since I've seen her. I thought my father and brother were here, but I can't find them either. I'm sorry, it's not your problem.
No, I hope you find them.
Yeah, you too.
I absolutely love that interaction between them. She has the voice actress for her is amazing. Um, the pauses, the looks. I think his facial features are probably a little bit more prominent. I think that it's just crazy. I can't even explain it how much I really enjoyed this interaction. We're gonna go talk a little bit more.
Did you want anything else?
No, it's just this fog. Does it seem unsettling to you?
I guess. It's just through the gate and down the path. You'll get there in no time. Good luck finding the one you're looking for.
Yeah, I should probably get going.
So that's kind of run of the document. Her clothing's pretty cool. What's really neat about this, I think she was about to say, good luck finding your wife. I think she knows. Or feels like she knows. Dolores Dougal, 1815 to 1872. I can't leave. James, why aren't you? There you go. Yeah, is right. You can't leave. Dead tree. Lots of fog. We're gonna go once again look at the area. There's not a lot of names. There are some. Edith Colby, 1835 to 1864. God knows best. I don't know if the names mean anything. Alistair Brandt, 1828 to 1903, and death in death as in life, he remains devoted. Trying to read it. I wish you could zoom in to read things. Like there was a zoom button. I guess there would be with a gun, but I don't have one just yet. I think they did an amazing job with the graveyard. There's really nothing. I've been through here multiple times. There's nothing in here. Although it'd be really cool if you could find some hidden item. They did a great job on the walls of the cemetery. This part's really creepy and neat. There's a lake here, and if we look at the map, the lake has actually taken part of the graveyard away, and the reason you know that it's not just a lake coming into the graveyard is because of this. You can see gravestones that were once above ground sank. Lucky that there's not bodies floating up. You can actually walk kind of out here, which is neat. There's some sort of droning sound. It's hard to figure out what that is. Some sort of sound effect and droning. Um, the water lapping is done really well. I don't think you can see his shoes. Oh yeah, they are wet. Look. I'm a little wet anyways. So this is really neat. And I'm glad I re-recorded this again, I guess, because the first time I saw this, the second time I did not. So this time we're going to look at it again, but there is a dug up grave. Who was it for? It's cool that you can come this far back. Some big lily pads. It's crazy. So if you come this way, there's some writing on one of these, I think. That one's really hard to see. Cyril? Yeah, that one. That one's almost illegible. Mausoleum's really neat. That one's illegible also. Also illegible. The wind howling is really neat. You can almost see. That's the same name that's up there. That's cool, look at that.
Huh.
I always wonder why he says, huh? All have sinned and fall short of God's glory. Bottom right, guys, if you can't see that. All have sinned and fall short of God's glory. I always wonder why he says, huh? I wonder if there's a way to get in there at some point. Like on a replay through, if there's something you can do. Oh, there's a name right there. Cecilia Dunstan, 1782 to 1840. This is a very old graveyard, 1700s. I've been to one of the oldest American graveyards in the country, which is at St. Augustine. Near the Castillo de San Marcos, there is a graveyard that was right outside the city gates. It was in the 1600s. The Castillo was built, and that is where they buried their people with disease and plague, and they bury them outside the city because of that fact. You didn't want disease and stuff to be inside city walls. This is just crazy awesome. And look, for some reason I don't know why you'd bring electric poles all the way out here. Unless they were going to add electricity to the church for some reason. We can leave now. And I did test this, so the gate closes, but you can go back. But now we're getting into some music. Wind's blowing the power lines. See, more car tires and tracks. This is really interesting. So there's some rocks over there. But something I noticed is this wall's destroyed, and it looks like these rocks fell and went through it, and that's what tumbled them down. They're not part of the wall, because you can see these are stone put together, and these are like cobblestone put together, and this is straight up just giant stone. But I don't know where these stones would have come from to tumble down and not break this wall, but break this wall. Because there's trees down. It's not like... See, definitely something broke this. It's very interesting. Very creepy. I love walls like this. Old style stone, cobblestone built walls. That's a cornfield. Oh, that music's fun. Definitely sounds like there's movement. And if you look down there, there's a scarecrow. His arm is to the left. Okay, his arm is to the left. This is neat. This is part of the waterway, and there's a drain, sewage drain from other places where they need water to run off. This corn maze, cornfield is really cool. The sound of movement, so there's something moving in there. So there's definitely movement around us. At first I thought it was the scarecrow. Follows you, but it doesn't. It's just standing in that one direction. So if you come all the way back, yeah, it doesn't move. But the first time I played, I thought when I walked through, I heard that creak and I looked over and I thought the scarecrows turned to face this direction. I also think that we're getting into the Silent Hill Ranch right now. LEM 32223 is this truck. I think when you beat the game in the OG, this is where you can pick up a chainsaw. It's on and running, and you can get that as a weapon you can use in the game. This is just... So that's crazy, the sound. If I look at this, so there's all, I'm at the fence line, so those houses and stuff, it feels like I should be able to go and explore this area. There's a walkway you can walk through. This whole thing's really creepy. Rattling of the silos and the water tanks. Oh, drainage pipe. That's cool. I didn't notice that before. But it makes sense. You always have a drainage pipe over where you drive cars and stuff. Oh, listen to the Silent Hill Ranch. So I noticed these. I wonder if you can get bolt cutters and go into these areas later, or if you can use a chainsaw to get through. So I think it's really interesting that all this stuff's chained off and you can't go anywhere. Because that looks like that could be part of a lake. Yeah, it is. That looks like it's part of the lake down there. There's some wood. It's a lumber mill. There's nothing else in the car really. You can hear the squelches. So some sheet metal, tin for roofs. Probably roof repair. So that's not moving. Oh. It's moving now. It's interesting. Feels very creepy. Alright, some 2x4s. Yeah, so this is 100% a, oh, it's just so creepy. The ranch. So we're getting to the end, so I'm gonna be here. So thanks for joining me. Hopefully this recording works. It is, like I said, the third time I'm trying to do my part 1, and then we can move forward. Thank you for joining me. I hope we're gonna have a great Halloween. I will see you in a few moments if you continue to watch. I have 24 hours of this planned. Part 2 will be coming up, and in that part I will show you where I stopped. It's not much farther than this, and I hope you have a great night, great morning, great day, whenever you're watching this, and thanks for joining me. Happy Halloween, and remember, keep your keys safe.